Good morning, welcome to a Morning Outlook. This is Kim speaking on Monday, the 26th of June. Right, so looking at the euro dollar first, and well, at the moment, euro may suggest that it's got a bit of upside momentum push starting to move in here. A down day, an up day, down day, bigger up day. Whether we're seeing some more upside, we'll see. At the moment, we've got a couple of draws on the downside. The weekly pivots below us back into that with that 21 there, and the daily pivot sitting below us as well. So both untouched, both got a high probability of being hit, maybe earlier in the week rather. There's I mean, there's not a lot of range in this market. For the whole of last week, it was in a tidal range, and well, although it did start moving up, of course, it's moved in the total week there, well, around about 90 pips or so. So hardly setting the world alight. So, but at the moment, we're just getting a little short-term bounce here in the of the small time frames. We'll see how it runs. As I said, there is a draw to the downside. Any sort of decent push up may see us run back up towards Friday's highs quite easily, around about 12.09 there. Certainly a possibility in this early morning trading, but as I said, there's certainly a draw to the downside to continue. But just see how it works its way out this morning. Hardly a lot of excitement in these markets at the moment, with very tight days. The pound also managed to scrape in a bit of a positive remains of the week, although never really closed above the Monday's high there. At the moment, again, it's got a draw to the downside. We've got the weekly pivot sitting below us, which may be an early week draw for the earlier part of the week, and also the daily pivot sitting there. You can see the two on the Sally chart below. So any sort of sell-off would give us a target towards those pivots. Again, the ranges have been pretty tight, although they're still significantly better than where we are with the euro at the moment. Any push to the upside, well, then we're starting to have to come back out to the bigger time frames and look at what's going on. Prior highs there that sort of may cause a draw, but before there we've got the 4-hourly 100 above us. Let's just check the dailies there. That's around about the 21 sort of level. Maybe it would start pushing up towards the 34 on the bigger time frame there, on the daily time frame. Which is not too dissimilar to where the 200 is, so on this 4-hourly, but so it could push up towards its weekly R1 sort of zone, those prior highs. If it did start moving in that way, as I said, any sell-off, we've got the pivots below us as targets. Maybe a big ask for it to push up to that weekly R1 at the moment. Dollar yen, well, it looks like it's continuing in this sort of to the upside here. It's starting the move again. It's still an untouched monthly pivot above us. It's already touched the daily and weekly pivot. They're wrapped up together below us here. Very choppy days last week. Very difficult to really work too much out from some of the days. I mean, Friday was a classic day in terms of the chop there. Maybe this week we'll get a bit more clear direction. Certainly, as I said, erring towards the upside at the moment. Oops, let's get this Aussie dollar then. Well, sold off for most of last week, bounce on Friday. May still have some legs in that bounce. We'll see how we run here, but running to the underside of that 50 at the moment, maybe helped a little bit by oil picking up a little bit here as well, and some of the commodities, some of the data not so bearish across in China, etc., maybe helping the Aussie dollar there. Looking at where we are, it's almost double bottoming through this Asian session here, double topping here into Friday's highs there at the moment. So we'll just see if it can break. If it starts breaking through there, well, R1, and then well, see how it runs from there onwards. it's quite often chops through our morning, so we'll see how it behaves. And finally, Canadian dollar. Canadian dollar, well, it's been punching above its weight in a sense of late, and Friday's kicker there on a weak inflation data, which has taken away the potential for it to, or the potential interest rate increases, etc. Was short-lived. Really, it pulled off quite quickly, and you see it's strengthening at the moment, and it's got behind the curve on the price of oil in my book anyway. But it's well, heading south again at the moment, and maybe there's more believers to the downside on the Canadian dollar yet. Not quite caught up with its weekly pivot yet. Certainly caught the daily pivot, and at the moment, as I said, looking weak. Although this can change quite often in the early London session, so or European session. So I wouldn't be surprised yet if we find some sort of support, and it's still got the potential to get up there early for the early weekly pivot. Right, that's pretty much it. Little in the way of news until 1:30 today. We've got the core durable goods orders come through at 1:30. That can give us some volatility. It's not a major shifter, but it may not give us direction, but may give us a bit of a kicker for the US dollar. So we'll watch for that 1:30, and then we got to the ECB President Draghi speaking at 6:30. So quiet day on news front. Expect the markets to be pretty much the same. Have a great one. Bye for now.